Tonight, I broke up with my boyfriend because he wouldn't stop joking about unsubscribing me from life. Posted by you/Chuck Knows. During our first few weeks of dating, he joked uncomfortably often about murdering, dismembering me, and disposing of my body. Maybe, out of context, I'm being dramatic? He's very sarcastic and has dark humor. But to me, it wasn't funny and caused me anxiety because I know the statistics. I talked to him about this. I told him repeatedly, stop joking about killing me. He kept making the jokes until I finally told him that those jokes literally scare me. He apologized and seemed to feel bad that his jokes made me afraid of him. Tonight, we were over 3 hours late to meet his brother to play games, watch movies, and eat dinner. When I was talking to him about us being late, I noticed he sighed deeply, clenched his fist, and looked down at it, as if he were making the conscious choice not to punch me. Then, as I was saying goodbye to his brother, he came into the room and said, she should say her permanent goodbyes. I asked him, what the F are you talking about? He said it was a joke. I asked, how is that funny? What's the punchline? Please explain to me how that was supposed to be funny. He couldn't answer. I didn't want to get in the car with him. I walked off and thankfully, my roommate picked me up and drove me home. He called later, and I told him I'm done. He's a good man, except for the jokes about killing me. We had talked about it and agreed that he wouldn't joke about killing me anymore, but then he did it again tonight and doubled down, saying it was just a joke and that actually, I'm the problem. I started telling him, again, how often women are killed by their husbands and boyfriends and that's why the jokes bother me so much, but he interrupted me to say, F you. So I hung up and blocked him. All of this really sucks because my roommates say I should just talk it out with him and give him another chance since they can tell I really like him and that he really likes me. But I already did that. I thought we were past the homicide jokes. Then he did it again tonight while he was angry with me, and it caused this awful feeling in my gut that I needed to not get in the car with him and get away from him. I've had boyfriends and male friends in the past. None of them have ever made jokes about murdering and dismembering me, especially multiple times after I told them to stop. Have you had friends or boyfriends who make jokes like this? Where is the humor in it? What would you do in this situation? Relevant comments. Commenter. Just remember, there are a lot of murdered women who once said, he'd never do that to me. When I was a teenager, I would drive around country roads in our smallish town with male buddies from school. I'm a woman. One night, my really good friend thought it was a good idea to joke about chopping me up with an axe. I got really terrified because it was such an overwhelming and scary thing to hear, and I started to cry. The immediate regret was obvious in my friend's eyes, and he genuinely looked mortified for having scared me so badly. He started apologizing, saying it was such a stupid joke and reassuring me. In the moments after making his foolish attempt at humor and seeing the impact it had, he felt remorse and wanted to correct his behavior. Your ex did not do this, or if he did, he immediately repeated the scary behavior anyway. My friend never made a joke like that again. Men who actually care about us will respond empathetically to our fear and will want to do whatever it takes to ensure we feel safe around them, especially if it's as simple as refraining from making dumb jokes. I hope you never have to see this creep again, and good for you for sticking up for yourself. Update 11 months later. I hope I'm not breaking any subreddit rules by posting an update, but I thought this sub would appreciate it, given all the feedback my original post received and the many messages I read requesting an update. My original post was almost a year ago. Thankfully, I have moved across the state since then and have not seen him since. The last time I spoke to him, over the phone, I made it very clear several times. Me, you promised you'd stop making jokes about murdering me, but then you did it again. Me, you realize the greatest threat to women is being murdered by their boyfriends or husbands? They are most likely to be killed by men they know. Him, hey, up, F, you. So I hung up. I ghosted him after that, blocked him on everything, and alerted my employer that he was a potential threat if he showed up. However, he sent me an email in an attempt to, I don't know. I'll let you draw your own conclusions because I really can't make sense of it. I apologize if I misquoted anything, I'm on mobile. Dear my name, I don't really know how to go about saying that I am empathetic, as I'm Amy Pathetic Mess. But I do feel, I can understand, and I have recognized. My actions have consequences, clearly. I thought I was being reasonable. I gave you time and space. I wasn't sure how long I needed to wait or if I should just do nothing. But I didn't even know you had blocked me until today, as I had not called and had only texted that first day, expecting nothing back. Yet now, I understand, I should have known. I tried to call you tonight, though, despite my better judgment. That's when it hit me hard. It's been almost 2 weeks. I know you don't want to be in a relationship with me, but I wanted to end this civilly, at least, I had hoped. On terms we both could live with, amicably, or me, since I didn't have a choice. That terrible night was booze-ridden and, unfortunately for me, the end of us. I didn't get a chance, but I made my choices, and I was cut out of you like the cancer I became, regardless of how much I remember, since my memories were cut down by Irish whiskey and I, hazed, unfocused. You ghosted me, now I know how that feels, as I have done that to others. I deserve this. It's interesting because you once mentioned that I never had to change my number in my last relationship over 5 years ago because all I needed to do was block them. Damn, history not only repeats itself, but it can be really ironic. I lost one of my best friends. I lost you. I have been hurting, Op. It hurt even more when I realized you don't even want to communicate with me. I would ask why, but I know, it's because you hate me. What you think of me? What you think I am? Who likes Andrew Tate? Nobody, and I embody that nobody. I am hate, I am Tate. I obviously have a lot of growing up to do. I was not aware of just how much. I do not regret you or the experiences we shared, which were awesome and different from all the treasures I had experienced with another soul. We had so much in common, and yet the few things we didn't became a shadow that blocked our light, your light. I regret not realizing that perhaps I was just not ready. You are so beautiful and awesome, Op, and I hate that I hurt you in any way, especially since you deserve so much love, and instead, I gave you fear. You, however, only gave me happiness. You made me feel wanted, so much so that it blindsided me. I haven't been that happy in a very long time, and maybe that's why I fell for you so hard and so fast, because I had been in the dark for years, and your essence got me as high as a kite. I could see the sky for once. I was flying. I had been grounded since I lost my wings a few years ago, and it showed. I started sinking in the sands of time, in bottles, in gates drowned by my fears. My brother lost a friend because of me. I lost because of me. I may be a good person who does bad things, but I did a bad thing to a good person. It scares me to think that when we do, and it will inevitably happen, as it's a small town, run into each other, you will fear me. And I will fear you. I don't want that. But I made my grave. And I suppose I need to sleep in it. I will not call you again, as I did tonight, as much as I want to. You can always call me, but I know that's about as real as my dreams coming true. I have respected your space. I haven't tried to suffocate it or breathe your air. I just wanted to bury myself with a little dignity today, considering that I must be public enemy number 1. I'm embarrassed to admit that running into your roommates or even co-workers makes me feel uncomfortable. That I did, to myself, and to you. I'm sorry, Op. I don't know what else to say. I know you will find someone, sooner or later, who will treat you with respect and make you feel loved. I am not him. I failed. But you will have that. As much as I don't want to think about it. And you deserve it, as much as I didn't commit to that. I know you think I don't love you. You can ghost me, you cannot respond, I don't think you will anyway. Maybe you won't even read this, which is okay. I needed to say my piece, to rest at sea. But you can't take away how I felt, or how I feel at all. Maybe that was the problem, I was too much. You thought I was just a blip in time anyway. And now, that blip can finally sink, in time. Edit. Thank you for all the support. I love this sub. There's no way he will ever hear from or see me again. Now I live in a new town, a new home, and with a great man who respects and appreciates me. Relevant comments. Commenter. People are talking about this man being a sociopath, psychopath, or narcissistic. To me, he just sounds like a typical guy trying to verbalize his emotions for the first time. I don't know how old he is, but it reads like the letters my first boyfriend wrote when he was 20. Trying to be poetic and funny but failing at both, just word vomiting emotions without fully understanding them. Yeah, that's just a normal dude learning that his actions have consequences for the first time. Op's response. He's like 40.